The Azure Marketplace is a catalog of solutions where customers can try and buy cloud applications from providers like NetApp. Buying or transacting via the Azure Marketplace has a number of benefits for customers. These can include things like self-service procurement, standardized contracts, or the ability to leverage an existing committed spend via an enterprise agreement. Before we go any further, let's check and make sure we have the right level of access that's required in order to make a purchase via the Azure Marketplace. We'll navigate to subscriptions, and then we will open the subscription we're going to use and click Access Control, and then Role Assignments, and make sure that the account we're going to use has either the owner or contributor role. NetApp is well versed in providing private offers to customers, but in order to do that, you'll have to give us either a billing ID, a tenant ID, or in some cases, both. You can find the billing ID by going to Cost Management, and then scrolling down and selecting Properties, at which point you can copy the billing ID to the clipboard. You can find the tenant ID by searching for Azure Active Directory, and then copying it from the properties that appear once the page loads. Customers with a committed Azure spend on their enterprise agreement can actually use that in order to make a purchase from the Azure Marketplace. And it's actually easier than ever before to set that up from within the Azure portal. You can create a new EA subscription by going to Cost Management and then selecting Azure Subscriptions. And then if you have the right permissions, there will be a New button here. Next, we'll make sure that the EA subscription is eligible for marketplace purchases. We'll go to Policies, then make sure that this selection is set to On. So now that we've gone through a few prereqs, we'll go through how to find your offer. First, select the marketplace, and then you'll see something that says View Private Products. Select a product to proceed, and then select a plan or SKU from the drop-down menu, and then click Subscribe. And now we'll enter in some basic information about our order. We'll select a resource group, give the order a specific name, and enter in information like the quantity of the solution you're going to be purchasing. An important note here is to make sure that recurring billing is set to On. This makes sure that a service or license doesn't lapse, causing a lack of coverage or uptime just because the solution was automatically canceled because the solution's term had expired. And now we're ready to review our selections and what we've entered, and then click Subscribe. Note that this next step, where we wait for the Configure Account Now button to appear, can take upwards of 30 seconds. But through movie magic, we're going to speed that up a bit. Once we click Configure Account Now, you'll be taken to the login page for the NetApp product that you just subscribed to, and then you can proceed to use the product. The Azure portal also gives you a simple way to manage your existing subscriptions. Once we click into a subscription, we can see a bunch of different options for managing it. There's an option to change the plan, so if that's a fit for the product that you're using, you can review all of the different options available and make an adjustment. You can also change the number of licenses if that's applicable to the product that you're using. But we won't do that here. And there's an option to edit recurring billing settings. But once again, this is not recommended because it could cause an unintended disruption. But the option is there. There's also an option to cancel the subscription where naturally you'll lose access to the service that you're using. And you can also change the subscription and/or resource group that the service is charged to. And that's all for today. Hopefully by now you have a better understanding of how to make sure the account that will be used to make the purchase has the right permissions, how to make sure you have an EA subscription and that it's set up to transact, and have a better understanding of how to make a purchase from the marketplace and how to manage it on an ongoing basis. Thank you.